All right, so here's a quicker look at what we're working with today. First of all, we have the Timber Tufts Sawmill. There's another video where I try to use this thing entirely, but this time I decided it would be a better idea to use it just to get a straight line first. Then we have my good old-fashioned electric chainsaw. What I've done here is I've taken an old chainsaw that I really don't care about, frankly. I've put some bolts through it, adjusted them to the right depth, and I'm going to use that as an Alaskan sawmill. Now, before you comment on how this is not the right saw to use for a sawmill, I'm well aware, but basically I already had it and I don't care if it gets broken, so I figured it would be a good one to use to test things out. Let's see what happens. So the first thing I do is use the Timber Tufts. I just get a 2x6, put it across the top of the log there, and then run the Timber Tufts down the side of it. I unfortunately didn't have it set deep enough, so after I'm done here, you'll see that I actually have to go back and cut a little bit out with another chainsaw I have. Not a big deal. Still created a nice flat starting point, but I could probably have done it better. And there we are, just cutting that off a little bit. The big thing about an Alaskan chainsaw is you have to start with a flat top, otherwise it'll slide left and right or be uneven or wavy. So using the Timber Tufts got me off to a good start. Other people use ladders or other things on the top. I've seen all sorts of things, but I thought this would be easiest with what I had. And after about 10 minutes of real time, we had the first board. This is maple I'm using, by the way, so it's not the easiest to saw through. And the little electric chainsaw doesn't actually have all that much power either, which makes it kind of hard in and of itself. I found that I used a little technique of kind of sliding back and forth using one of the bolts as a pivot point, and that worked the best. Although I will say I tripped my breaker a few times on this, so I'll probably have to get a real chainsaw if I want to do this anymore. 2 down, and I thought there was one more I could get out of this, so we went for it. At the end of the day, this worked way better than I thought it would, and it was a really cheap solution. And again, after about 10 minutes, I was finally through the board, and I had 3 pieces of live edge lumber that I can, I don't know, turn into charcuterie boards or something for Christmas.